there is it was shot just on a location out in the middle of nowhere, and it did make me think of a town that we built for Quet Cool.
Oh, Quet Cool.
Story time.
Story time with Mick.
Story time with Mick.
Story time with Mick.
Story time with Mick.
Story time with
Quet Cool is, for some reason, Quet Cool has become also, talk about touchstone, people talk about the music to Quet Cool all the time.
Okay.
And basically, Quet Cool was about a family that it moves to a new town where he becomes the sheriff, and he kind of winds up battling the big bad guy in town that grows grass, marijuana, and there's a wild child in there somewhere or something. But there was a house required in it. And what we built we built the town, we built a logging camp, and we built a town itself. And the town it was originally a bunch of cabins for, they were abandoned,
for loggers, right? Where they stay while they're...
Well, yeah, it was a combination of loggers, and somebody had then come over and made a resort out of it, and then the resort had failed, and it just left an accumulation of buildings around. And so we fixed that up, and we kind of made these buildings loose, in the loosest sense of the word. We made these buildings look like, they were a town collectively. And in the town, at the very end of the town, we built a house that was supposed to burn down. And this house was where the family, had moved into, and it had just this ridiculous scene of like looking down a whole run of guys shooting that looked exactly like the storyboard that was written for it, that looked exactly like the cartoon.
How often does that happen? Where it looks like the storyboard? Not
that often does it look exactly like the storyboard. But I dearly love the director, a French Canadian by the name of Clay Boris, and he was a French Canadian cowboy, if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
And we had two things that were really funny about the film is we had to burn this house down. And we built a house to be burned. We fireproofed it. That's the thing about burning, is that in a way you want to be able to control it, so you'll fireproof it, and then you can burn at it and then go in, put it out, come back and light it again, right?
Right.
So we built this house, and we didn't put fire blocks in it. So basically, you had little flues that went up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So here's your two studs, and studs go up, and on one hand we wanted to fireproof it, on the other hand we wanted it to burn, so we left the fire blocks out and drilled holes in the top of the plates on the very top. So basically you had this like just open column that went all the way up to the roof. And so time comes along, and we do the setup for the scene, and everybody like is shooting their guns off. And in the middle of the shooting the guns off, the effects guy just starts a little fire on this house, and the house burnt down. And I'm not kidding. The house burnt down like nothing I have ever seen burn.
Like in seconds too, probably.
Like let's put it this way: in 5 minutes, it was nothing but a little pile of ash.
Oh, geez.
I mean, just a little tiny pile of ash. It burned completely, and because it had those flues going up like that, it burned hot. I mean, that thing absolutely disappeared.
It probably was pretty loud too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was like it just went whoosh. It was gone. And I'm not kidding, man. We only had one camera that actually caught the whole. I think that we had 5 cameras running at the time, but the heat was so bad that the camera people that were on those cameras all went in and grabbed them and ran back with them, and so there was only the wide camera actually caught the house going up that fast, and here's the thing: is in the middle of it there was a dummy. Dummy that we were supposed to see in the window, right?
While it was burning.
While it was burning,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
And the dummy was really expensive.
Oh no!
So we see the dummy, and the idea was that we were going to see the dummy for a minute. We were just going to see that there was somebody framed in the window, right? And somebody put the dummy in, and now once it went up immediately, all we had was this charred dummy. Right, that's because they were going to burn it again and again and again and again, and it ended up disappearing. So we had this dummy. Now, cut to me in my hotel. I had been having a problem.
Uh-oh. Wait, where's this going?
Okay, hold on. Okay. I had been having a problem. And the problem was there was this bastard driver. And I would get up early in the morning, but the drivers did this ho 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 thing, and that they felt that they had to get up super early in the morning, so they parked their truck behind me. Okay? And when they parked their truck behind me, and I went out and tried to get my truck out, and I couldn't do it because the transpo truck, the fueler truck was parked behind me, I got pissed off. And in the back of my truck was the dummy. The charred dummy.
Right.
And so I'm pissed off. It's 5:00 in the morning, right? Finally, my art director has given me a ride. I think maybe I was the art director. And I think my lead carpenter has to give me a ride out of there. And on the way, I just happened to get out of his car, go over to my car, pick that charred dummy up, and drape it over the hood of that truck. So I go to work, and I get called into the office like some PA comes by at like noon or 1:00 and says, "Hey, listen, the production manager really needs to talk to you." And I go, I'm really, really busy. He needs to talk to you right now. Okay, so I drive back into town, and I go to the office, and there's Alan Alterbrook, and he was the PM. And I walk in the office, and he goes, "So I'm going to tell you something that happened this morning. And all I want to know is should I be more worried than I am right now? I have one of my drivers in jail."
Oh, no.
And evidently, there looked like there was a charred body laid over the top of a drunkenly badly parked truck right. in the parking lot of the local motel. And so our driver was let off in handcuffs at some ungodly time of morning, like probably 6, like an hour after I had gone to work, and 6, and it's just he just disappeared. Nobody knew where he was. So we didn't actually find out that he was in jail until 10:00. Because they were doing this questioning and all the rest because they weren't smart enough to figure out it was a goddamn dummy. And I'm just sitting there absolutely dead stone faced. And he goes on and he tells us the story. And then he goes, "You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?"
Right.
He says, "Because I think the last time I saw that dummy, it might have been in the back of your truck." And I said, "I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
And I've got to get back to work." And I walked out of his office.
Right.
So evidently they finally got him out of jail, and I think that the company paid a fine for some kind of exhibition thing or something like that. And it was pure crap, but it was wonderful crap.
I thought it was gonna be that he was pissed that the dummy was missing.
Oh no! That happened, and I swear, my department loved that. I mean, they loved it, and they would bring it up whenever they were by him. They started to call him a dummy.
Oh,
you know,
man.
it was like, it was bad. It just turned it was bad. It was bad, but it was so good.
Did he earn some of that though? I mean, if he was kind of a
he was dick. Yeah. You know, just like, did he earn it? Should I have done it? You know what? I'm gonna leave that up to the audience to decide.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ned,
I
get on it, Ned.